entity out of the game, but now we can focus like 3 separate targets at the same time, and we're getting an even amount of damage out.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I favor ACAT's draft this game, but I like it infinitely more than the last 3 drafts I've seen from them. So that's good. But I still think it's a little behind the draft of Thunder Awaken here. So we should have a better game at least. A game that just doesn't feel hopeless. Don't want to jinx it or anything.
Yeah, that's what we hope. You know, draft-wise, it makes a lot more sense now. So we could be looking at an even game, but it does come down back to the nerves, the fact that one team is so close to getting into TI, and it can almost smell victory. So right now, they're still calm, but the moment they sense blood, or if they smell blood in the water, they are just going to go on this big high where they're like, everything seems to work out, and maybe that encourages them a little bit too much. Maybe the AcatSuki will be able to pay back, fight back, stretch it into game number 3. Because that's what they need right now. It's a TI spot on the line.
Yeah, maybe I just have a lot of faith here, and we'll have to see if he can earn the faith on Smiling Knight, because I think this is not what you call a free draw game. I think this game can be very difficult for you. You're playing versus Venge. Venge can just swap you in whenever, and like you don't want to be in that position, right? As a drow getting swapped into a team fight, you got to deal with the duel. You've got to deal with like the Sven trying to blink on top of you. As most drow games do go, you have to have perfect positioning, and we'll see if Smiling Knight can make this drow work. It's going to be much more difficult than the Morph game. That's all I know for sure.
And this drow as well for Smiling Knight in in the course of Dota. Under him, he has a 71% win rate on this hero. Very successful in the past. Maybe he will be as successful now as he has in the past few years. I was also looking at he had quite a long win streak, stretching all the way from the year 2021 until 6 months ago. So that was pretty much 1.5 years of an undefeated streak on a drow, so that's always good. The hero maybe is a little bit different now compared to those days. Drow didn't exactly get touched that much by the patch. Of course, his shard has been slightly changed compared to what it was, and he has his frost arrows now as the actual Ags upgrade. You know, the bloody hypothermia at 1,400 gold was just ridiculously good. It was a must-have. It was a part of your core items that you needed to get. And Qhali,
Qhali.
Oh boy, MJZ might just be getting first blood, but it's going to be left for Smiling Knight. Gives the vision, and Drow will pick it up. What a player to give this first blood to. And Prada dropping as well. Well, they do get themselves
in trouble
as a bit of a response, but he's going to go all the way, forces out the Fairy Fire. Sven's out of regen.
And yet again, these matchups, man, like this Darkseer, you'd think should be struggling a little bit here, but topping the CS in this lane, complete freeform at the moment. And some of it, I guess they're going to make some type of a rotation here, but I don't know if they can get this kill here, as Knight will just miss the Impale straight up here.
Yeah, will not connect onto Kataro. At the same time, MJZ, he's zoning Devil, he's zoning Qhali. At least Devil already has a lot more CS than he did in that last game, where his lane was just hopeless from the very start, from the very get-go of game number 1.
And a lot of what happened on bottom lane and why Qhali did get first blooded is that MJZ actually sniped his courier with the salve on it, so he got really low, didn't have a salve available. He's now going to have to bring it out. Salve is going to be online as well as some tangos, and this is just a power train protector, right? We talk about how strong the laning stage will be. To go to your point about the drow, there was one big change that did happen this year. If you are on top of your glacier, no matter what, you cannot stop marksmanship. Even if you're on top of the drow, he can always proc marksmanship. So that does give you an ability that even if heroes are on top of you, you can still put out your maximum DPS for the duration of that glacier, which is 8 seconds, which is pretty substantial. Sometimes the length of a team fight is only decided within 8 seconds.
It could just be a duel, you know? If he's able to put it down just before the duel happens, that will actually mean LC takes a lot of damage. Yeah.
Either way,
late mail does hurt. They're right. With a good chance, maybe you can even get a kill for yourself. Meanwhile, eventually,
if he's farmed enough, yeah.
Poking Prada there at the top lane. Looks like he's going to be all right. But in the mid lane matchup, Ember pulling off ahead versus Leo Stahl on this track, 20-14.
Man, I just feel bad for Leo Stahl. He's like losing matchups he should be winning today. Nothing's really going right for him. And now he's going to get 2 runes taken away from him at the 4-minute mark. He's having a rough one. He's definitely having a rough one here. As this mid lane, it's going to be all Slatums now at this point. He's even going to probably zone Leo Stahl away from this one wave, because why not? Misses the chain. Well, maybe force him to back out, but a couple creeps lost on the tower there with that zoning potential.
Yeah, Darkseer just constantly hunting the Sven here. Knight coming in for the stun in the top lane. Sven could be dropping with the hex and the blood grenade. Just a bit of extra points coming in there as Prada now he's going to be focused as well. The tower is hitting the Darkseer, but he swaps off the aggro, and slowly but surely he might just lose his life here. Won't even get to retaliate with a kill, and it's a double for the Darkseer.
And yet again, Eilik here on this offlane, making something from nothing. And I don't know what was going on there, but the Venge was TPing mid lane. And he had to cancel his TP, and it wasn't like a bottle refill TP. He was TPing from top lane. Had to cancel, but Sven already died in that case, and now he has to just walk. He can't even refill the mid bottle now because it was used previously.
Painful, costly.
Everything going wrong for ACAT for the most part here. If you look at bot lane, right? First blood, free farm on Drow. That things went pretty wrong there. Mid lane kind of just got outskilled here. And then with the TP from the top lane on this Venge, trying to make things happen, letting Kataro die, not getting the refill in any case. Pretty disastrous laning stage overall here. Of course, your Sven is still farming, which is great, but we've seen it before. Kataro can farm all he wants, but if his team doesn't show up, how much does that farm really mean?
Yeah, talk about a domino effect for sure, because it's already translating into a bit of a economy lead, going in the way of Thunder Awaken. And now they've also picked up the first action rune. It's going to be an illusion. Not exactly the hugest rune, but Leo Stahl, completely starved out. He's going home. He's going home. The long road. At least he has a teleport to come back. And also going onto the ground. The bottom lane does have the gust. And oh, might take down the Rubik. One more hit, actually, to finish her off, or him off. And Devil, I was getting slowed by the creep wave, getting blocked as well. And this LC is down. A Knight will get the Rubik. And that's another one. 3,000 in gold ahead now with that double going their way. Not a double kill for the Drow, but 2 kills. Both of the laners dead. And let's make it rotation top. Maybe he can make it work. Onto the Darkseer. The stun will connect. He's got his surge already burnt out. The TP home not going to be successful. Very, very close. Kotaro still gets to slice him in half. And the 7-minute rune. Look at double supports rotating to take this Wisdom rune away. They want to absolutely starve everything away from them. And they won't be able to get that Wisdom rune this time. Devil also teleported in to help out Qhali.
That was a much-needed rotation from Leo Style. Was struggling a bit in
and look at bot, still going for the LC. Prada coming in with the teleport, got the stun to connect. MJZ will fall, but Devil is low, and Slatums, he's gonna finish him off pretty much with the next Sleight of Fist. And now Knight, he's turning it around onto Prada, and that is Full Spirit is history. And also the Lion looks to go down to Devil and Qhali. Qhali is gonna be able to run the other way around, but Slatum's gonna be chasing the Legion Commander, and that's a double for the Ember. You put some rotations, you couldn't kill the Drow. Ember getting kills. I mean, something for Devil, but still, he's dead.
I mean, yet again, though, Devil, like the one core in the game that just can't seem to find a laning stage. He is struggling yet again. To the point where...
Style, still no rune for him. Oh, poor guy. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, that was a 50-50, right? Just couldn't get it. Illusion goes away. They did recover a bit of the gold lead. It was 3,000, now only up to 1,000. And it's kind of a repeat. Man, I feel like the biggest broken rhetoric, we're talking about ACAT. All that net worth really is just Kataro hitting creeps on some.
And onto Prada they go. There's not much that he can do about this.
Like, you can talk about gold lead and you can be like, yeah, gold lead, that kind of determines how the game's going, but not really. If it's only on your carry, a hero that's only going to hit creeps and can't really join the game, we're going to have to see a really fast echo and a really fast blink, and that first move that you see from the Sven in this game is generally just like what decides it, because if you look at the networks at the Leshrac, at the Legion Commander, they can't play Dota.
It's exactly what it is. They don't have a game at their hands at all. And on paper, we talk this draft looks a lot better. But it's just the game itself in the first 9 minutes, it's far from that.
They're ganking Knight here on the Sven. This needs to connect. This is going to be huge. Great rotation from Kotaro here. But it looks like Knight.
Where is Knight? Because he needs Knight. He's going to get stunned up. Kotaro coming in from the back, going to get the stun onto the Drow, popping the God Strength, and they will secure this kill. But there's a lot of Thunder heroes showing up as well. Qhali, he's going to be targeted first. The Rubik's going to be low. They drop the wall as well on top of the Sven. Sven's going to be taking some damage here, but he's trying to slice down MJZ at the same. But he's got that lifesteal going his way. Unfortunately, he's just not doing enough damage to get enough from that lifesteal, meaning that he will fall. And Lesh won't be able to take that mid tower either, as Ember's already TP'd back there to defend it.
Still a pretty good play overall for ACAT. Sure, it's not something that's like a straight win for them, but it does get them some space, some mid-tower damage, but you are playing versus trees, so I don't know if they need to commit for that. And 10-minute rune yet again, no longer going the way of ACAT. Qhali, he wants to deny it, but that might just be his life here.
He's not close enough for it.
Oh, he stole it, okay.
Stole the Remnant, okay. Well, he won't be able to deny the rune at least, but able to get out. That's one of the painful things about being a support is trying to fight for the rune. You want to go for the deny, you know you can't get it, and then you die for it, and they still get the rune, and everything goes to shit. But, you know, like...
I mean, yeah. He had two choices, right? Either he just killed the Rubik and get the rune denied, or he gives Rubik Remnant and he gets the rune.
Four-man rotation bottom. Well, I found a tree and protector. And a dual win. Okay, so that actually makes it worth here. Prada, getting body blocked, almost getting killed by the tower. Leostal can now put his attention toward it.
All right, that's a dual win. Very good, and a tower. And more than anything, that's just ACAT. Signs of life. And they've had signs of life in their last two rotations, and this is what I want to see. I want to see them play some Dota Leo style, and that's exactly what they've been doing here. Will it be enough? They need a couple more of those, of course, but that's a good start.
See you later, nerds.
Sven still on top of net worth here with a very small margin compared to this Drow Ranger. So it's not all hope lost yet. He's got that Echo Saber almost finished. And Lesh, recovery mode. LC could say something of the same. Devil getting out-farmed here, or out-leveled, let's put it that way. He's level 6. The Rubik just got 7. Drow is 8 and above.
Leveled. And I think he's going to be forced into a situation that he's bypassing the Blade Mail and going straight for the Blink Dagger duel. And that's just going to mean that if you look at what Blade Mail does for you, it helps you accelerate your farm, where the Blink will help you get kills. But if you fail to get these kills with the early blink, that means you're missing out on that farm that you could have got with the Blade Mail. So it's going to be very crucial when he does get this Blink Dagger pickup. If this is what he goes for, we'll see if he just buys out a Blade Mail all at once, that he gets those kills, right? And he definitely can. The Sven does a lot of damage. He's on the way to his blink as well, but Slatums, he's on his way to try and punish some heroes.
Yep. He's already found his target, which is Prada. At least Devil will go out, so Venge he'll just have to tank the bullet. Gets the information for his teammate. You better get out. I can't leave anymore.
Yeah, that was just an Ion Shell. As Flame Guard, it's only level 2 right now, so it doesn't absorb all that much.
Leostal trying his absolute hardest to get himself back into the game with his Leshrac. He's lined up the Bloodstone, and if that Bloodstone pays off, that's kind of like you always talk about the high risk, high reward. Maybe this is a high reward, medium risk at this point because it's still a great item pickup. It's not the old school Bloodstone, which was absolute high risk, high reward.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that one hasn't been in the game for a while now.
Yeah, that was a crazy one as well. You see these people going in a 10 to 15 minute Bloodstone, they're relishing their game, and then they start dying, you know? It's like... threw my entire game away in 2 minutes.
Well, there's a reason some things in Dotas get changed, because nobody wants to be on the teammate of that guy who throws the whole game away. Because you kind of ruin it for your whole team in that regard.
And it's weird, like, items are supposed to be bought in Dota, but you buy an item and you're griefing the team in a way.
Well, that's why it's an item of the past, T-Panda.
Slatums, he's gonna have to be
Didn't
quick
make
with his
sense.
fingers here, and he is. Devil will miss the duel. Perfect dodge there from the Ember Spirit. Just what you need. They're still smoked up on the back. Maybe they can reconnect again with another blink attempt. Knight's going to be regrouping with the rest of the squad. He's got the Darks here also tuning in. And they're going to go for a smoke. And they want to bring the fight.
BD rune.
I want to bring the fight to AcatSuki.
see
And
Devil.
the target. That's the target. The guy who just jumped me, eh? Is this the one we were supposed to beat up? And yes, it is. Devil will fall. Qhali going to get chased by the Ember Spirit.
Got
Has
remnants.
the remnants again to
Okay.
jump away. Not enough mana for another set of Searing Chains.
I mean, Qhali has been doing a good job at keeping himself alive with these spell steals, but we're still waiting for... I think the line spells will be the most crucial ones. If he can manage to steal that, or potentially a vacuum with a Sven Stormhammer beating away at them. But for me, the biggest thing is going to be Kataro. In a situation, he does not have the luxury to sit back and farm. Like last game, he realized if he just hits creeps the whole game, they're going to lose. So he buys a Blink Dagger on the Sven. It's coming on the Courier. He's ready to play the game. Whereas Drow, this hero is not so clear and cut when his timings are ready. You kind of just want to wait for the right fight, show up a bit late, but now you have this initiating force in Kataro's Sven. You got the Blink Dagger on Devil with this Legion Commander. It's go time. Bloodstone coming soon for Leo style as well. This game is very close, but yet again, it is Kataro, top net worth, over 1,000 gold ahead of everybody else on the side of Thunder Awaken, but that comes at a cost at pretty much Frank's net worth here.
But
Leo
you're right.
Style's doing a better job.
Yeah, you're right about this Drow Ranger in the sense that the timings aren't always that clear. The hero kind of falls into this weird vacuum, no pun intended, but it's still somehow, you know, you kind of read the fights in a way of an anti-mage to some extent, and then when you feel that you're strong enough, you got to know you're ahead as a Drow. If the game is even, you are the most cautious Drow Ranger ever, as Qhali has been spotted, and Sven blinks in to take the chains instead of the Rubik. There's the wall, the duel comes out, but that duel, it's not going to be successful at all. Not at all. And that damage will be taken away. Who even got that duel victory there? It looks like they actually didn't even get the duel victory at all on anybody, but they will lose more than they bargained for, and Prada is gonna be the next one. Rubik trying to go for the slight, actually steals the chains, and yeah, there's not much to talk about this, is there? It's a team wipe. They're just getting stomped again.
And that fight, man, that vacuum just stopped and stunned Kataro long enough so he can do the follow-up Stormhammer on the duel. I don't understand, because I'm pretty sure that duel is still going. I don't know why damage wasn't given. Maybe it just ended on the last second there. I'd have to really watch that one in slow motion.
Yeah, we need a slow-mo replay off of that. Production's probably working on it right now, because I was sure somebody got that duel damage, and if that went for the Ember Spirit, that's a nice extra. So here we got the jump on Qhali, and look at how he just left with the Remnant.
He dueled an illusion, it looks like.
Okay, so it's an illusion duel. All right, so
yeah.
No slow-mo needed. Mystery solved.
Needed. Mystery solved indeed.
And just to start, the fight just went from like bad to worse. Like it all started off with Rubik, who had the stolen remnant. He jumped out as the Ember was about to use Slate, and then it's like, or using the chains. And, oh, guys, I caught a Sven. And Darkseer is instantly like just rubbing his fingers together. Oh, I can get the vacuum. And they might just be looking up the Leo style here. Prada will throw out the stun onto the Drow Ranger. Now they're going to dual connected. And this one's going to be a victory. But what cost is it going to be? How much do they have to pay for it as the LC is down? A beautiful overgrowth has everyone. And they're trying to figure out what's the order. Who do we want to take down first? Prada dies instantly. Leo styl's going to get slowed up. And Knight will make sure that he falls. And this Ember is going places. He builds himself a godlike spree out of all things.
And these are just kind of how the games go when you're just one lonely carry at the top of the net worth and all your cores are unable to participate in the fights. it might seem okay. It might seem like you can keep the net worth advantage for a little bit, but if that one said carry joins the fight and loses the fight and loses the one advantage you had in the game, it's hard. Dota's no longer a game where I feel like one carry can 1v9 the game. You have to have other cores participating, and unfortunately, it's just... You had some small signs of life early game for ACAT, but losing 2 team fights in a row, losing 9 heroes in a row here, yeah, 7k net worth advantage now. And of course, the Sven, he's strong, he's big, but who's following up on when he goes in? That's going to be the real question, as this Legion, 5k net worth here, just a Blink Dagger, just Phase Boots, still... no Blade Mill on top of him, and this is normally the type of game where you're looking at Legion like, all right, he's got Blade Mill, he's got Blink available, he's going on to his next item, he's got a couple dual wins under his belt. Only level 8 right now on Frank.
He's the lowest level hero on the server. That's how rough it is.
Is that even true? It really is.
Yeah, well, now he's tied with level 9. He was level 8 a moment ago, but that is a fact, and that is, you know, it hurts. It hurts when you think about, like, how is he behaving in this situation right now? Like, he's having a big mental battle, right? And that last team fight, that team wipe even, you could even say, might have just been enough to break the camel's back, because it's not even a mountain to climb at this point. What do you think is a higher than a mountain? Maybe this is a skyscraper that they kind of need to...
the moon.
Well, the moon, I guess. You know, it's a moon to climb. You're going to get stuck in low gravity at some point. And I think that low gravity is under them right now. They don't have feet under their ground. They don't have ground under their feet. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well,
luckily... you are in a situation here where you're playing versus a very squishy hero.
And they found Leo style.
Okay, that's not
stun
lucky.
to connect onto the Ember Spirit, and Leshrac is gonna fall.
They don't even save him. They just let him die and TP out. He's like, yeah, you're dead, bro. If I swap you, there's a line behind us anyway, so we're just gonna let you die, and I'm gonna get out of here. As this one is not going according to the playbook here for ACAT. What I was going to say, Drow, he is the hero. If you misstep just a little bit, get swapped out of position, you can feed a lot of that net worth back to your opponent. He does have Aegis, though, so everything that seems like could be a weakness for Thunder is really just turning into an advantage. And we're going to see a smoke come out that actually missed the Sven there. Lesh dead. You know you're not killing a single hero without your Lesh or Sven. It ain't happening, as they're going to double smoke it. Or no, they're not double smoking. I think it just like reapplies if you're in range now with the new patch.
Yeah, that's what it will do.
Sorry, Boomer here.
Well, we got a bit of a disconnect here on the Sven, so maybe I don't know, maybe a break was even needed for the side of AcatSuki. Get themselves on board, because this is the most important game of the year for them. It's not even about the series anymore. It's this one singular game that they need to win. Otherwise, the year is over. You're going to start setting your sights towards the future DPC, watching the TI on your home couch, or maybe on locale at Seattle. But you want to be on that stage, not the audience.
That is very true. I've done both. I've been an audience member and a player, and let me tell you, it's a lot more fun as a player.
Oh, yeah.
So
The difference must be wild, you know?
It is. It's very depressing going as a spectator. I mean, not anymore, since I have no aspirations of pro, right? But like back when I was competing and I just didn't qualify, and I went as like, man, I just want to play so bad, but you have no choice but to sit there and just watch. It's probably the same feeling when you're watching from home.
Yeah, you could say that. Well,
I've been to every single TI, so I've never watched from home, even if I haven't won. At least when as a spectator.
Well, let's see if this smoke connects into anything. They desperately need a win. Any win. Little victories, small victories. They're all moving towards the top half of the map on the side of Thunder. And AcatSuki will miss out on this gank.
He'll pop mod strength. I think just wanting to go ahead and get Tormentor, I guess, here.
Prada's trying to help, but he's like, don't kill me, please.
So he goes back in. He's got tranquil boots. He'll be okay. Just taking a little bit of damage to help
He will
Sven
live.
not tank it so much. Yeah, I mean, at this point, if he died to that, then I feel like you're just mentally checked out. But he's clearly showing he's not mentally checked out. Blade Mail, it's still in the works here for Devil.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And at the rate he's farming, I would say it's close, but I'm not sure if it's even that close, as he still needs to get 550 gold. And,
Right.
well, Rubik down again. Qhali definitely seems like the type of player when they're losing that wants to make these very high-risk plays to, like, get that little bit of extra farm. But sometimes, and more times than not, in the last couple of days, it's been just resulting in more bleeding for the team.
Yeah. How do you stop the hemorrhage? Or is it too late?
Dire's middle
Is it too late? Thunder.
It's definitely not too late, but you can't make any more mistakes here.
Yeah, you can't afford any. Vacuum will cancel out Prada's teleport. This time Leo Style gets out. So the Leshrac doesn't have to pay with his life again.
It just feels like when ACAT is in a situation where they're losing the game, and they probably weren't in this situation very much in this qualifier because we saw how they like to play Dota, right? They just want to play really aggressive, in your face, and when they get ahead, they're really good ahead. But unfortunately, in their last two series here, they've never been ahead. And they don't seem like they have a good idea of how to play the game when they're playing from behind here. You're not making clever, like, traps for the enemy to walk into. You're not reading movement very well. It feels like just full rat Dota. That is just resulting into more pickoffs on the map here.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I guess the sacrifice has to be made on some end, you know? Maybe it is supports having to die so that the cores can get themselves a bit of extra farm and try to keep themselves in the game. The more the items, the longer this game stretches is actually better for AcatSuki in the situation we're looking at. Because Thunder Awaken right now, they're at their... You could say they've peaked. Of course, this draft does scale, but the difference is at its peak right now between these two teams and their drafts and their itemization. There's not a whole lot of tools on the side of AcatSuki, but Thunder Awaken, you gotta give it to them, man. Like, they are really... They're giving mad respect for AcatSuki despite being this far ahead and making it the safest route possible to victory.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's just a sign of a good team, right? You shouldn't disrespect any team, and you have to be able to keep the patience. And they're doing a good job of
I
that.
found Qhali again. And he's gone.
Yeah. Shows like they're just like swatting flies here at the time. Thunder, there's a hero shows like, oh, swat it. Another hero showed swat. That's kind of what this game feels like right now.
Dire's
Sure
bottom
does.
tower
Sure does. It's a rough position to be in. Because you're
you
kind
never wanna
of
be a fly.
disarmed. Yeah, you don't... These flies don't have swatters of their own.
Definitely not yet. And that's just like, just credits to Thunder Awaken here. Like, they're playing this game very methodically. They're not like, oh, we're ahead, guys, let's go high ground. That's how you throw games. They're well aware of it. They're like, we're just going to choke them out of the map. This is modern day Dota of how to win games. You don't just rush high ground when you have an advantage. That's how you lose the game, in fact. So you've seen time and time again from the lesser experienced teams. But we're seeing some of the best in South America here just like showing that they have good game sense. They know how to win games. And let's be real, this is just high quality Dota from Thunder Awaken.
It is. That's exactly what it is. Like, the highlight is that they're playing so well, and they continue to do so. They're going to force snap the Vengeful Spirit in as well. An attempt is made to take the kill. He's going to be cliffed, and they will swap the darts
okay.
here. And the duel's going to be coming out as well, and that's going to be a victorious duel too. And more damage for Devil, and more needed. That experience gain for him. He's now level 11. Slatums. They've got the Sven on the run. He will be able to disengage. Leo Style, however, he's been left all by himself. The Bloodstone running, but look at Smiling Knight. The damage he has. Kataro surprising him as well. Maybe they can get Smiling Knight. No, they can't. No, they can't. The big prize escapes their hands, but it was better than expected for the side of AcatSuki. They will lose 3, but they will also take 3 and also force a buyback off of this Lion. But man, Drow barely gets out of that fight.
That was a good, really good Hurricane Pike. And you're kind of seeing like what happens when you force things a little bit. And I want to give really big props to the supports in that time for ACAT. They're going to replay. Watch this. Like, you go on him, you use your Force Staff on Knight, then you counter it with the shard you just got. You vacuum up in the swap right before that stun hits. Now all of a sudden you're stuck on the high ground. Starts the duel comes out there. You have no Force Staff online because you just used it for that initiation. And of course, Kataro trying to make things happen in the back line. And it was really just a re-engage here. Kataro, he's waiting. He's lurking on this Sven. Finds Knight with the Lincolns down. Gets a double stun. And yeah, you talked about Knight. He barely almost to get out of that. That living armor from Treant and Sacrifice does save his life. As we meanwhile, back in the real world here, we have a Deadvinge.
Level 3 Remnant cast, 300 magical damage right to the face of this Vengeful Spirit. We'll take him out of play. Meanwhile, Kataro is just going to take the safe route of Shadow Blading and pushing down a wave. And you can see why this Gossamer Cape is actually valued that much by this Sven. He doesn't want to get that first hit that might break his Blink Dagger. It's usually a support item against, you know, you talked about like the TAs and stuff. You get a guaranteed miss on the first hit. But on a Sven,
Ember's another one, right? Like I think you dodged the slight hit.
Yeah.
Sure, you still get hit by the Flame Guard and maybe the Ion Shell, but it's pretty decent. It's definitely not your best item, as he does decide to get rid of it and has another tier 3 token here. So maybe it helps a bit. He's still deciding what does he want to get, and he gets the Defiant Shell. So this one on Sven has a lot of merit to it. You can hit him back, which when you have God Strength on is quite good, but then you get that 7 armor, 7 all stats. Definitely great against the Drow Ranger. But they're going to be late for Roche. Roche is going to go the way of Thunder Awaken. Do you still take this fight is the question. They're dropping a ward. They want to take it, T-Panda.
They've got the Vision Knight. He's going to be the one in front as well, but that's not your prime target to go for either. You want to get the rest out of the way because of the Aegis. The Lincolns as well. Slatoms, he's got that surge up on him. He's going to be very mobile. I know he goes in and surprises AcatSuki! And they will lose members for it. They've got the Duel of the Dream Protector. It's a small win because you're paying, again, a heavy price for it. The Legion Commander caught, and Knight will take a double out of that fight. Holy Slatoms.
Beautiful person with a charming person.
Yeah, that was just a monstrous play from our Ember here. Holy shit, indeed. Like, he just was like, oh, you guys are hiding there? Surprise, I'm going in there. By the way, he had no Aegis. He did have the cheese, of course, but he's like, I'm just going to run to all of you. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to get this party started. And they did not expect that on ACAT whatsoever for this guy to get in there and just make things happen. And that broke that team fight wide open.
And what a party it was as well, at least for the side of Thunder Awaken. Maybe AcatSuki having a bit of a hangover after that one, but they're going to have to go back to base defense duty. That tier 3 tower already dropped down to half HP by the time they will respawn. And Thunder Awaken, Aegis intact, cheese still unused as well for the Ember. It's even in his backpack. Not needed right now. And is that a Desolator Ember I spy? Looks like it. Yes, sir.
Not an item you see very frequently on this hero specifically, but I think he just feels like he's winning the game so handedly that A, it's going to help him go high ground, and B, more minus armor to kind of help out his...
And on the perfect target as well. He's popped his BKB, Silver Edge himself away, the Overgrowth will miss. Slatom's hunting for somebody else here, looking for anybody around the area, but nobody to be found. Teleports away. That is your BKB burnt off of the Sven. Kataro, bit of a sigh of relief as well. That was such a close catch.
It was indeed. Almost on both heroes, right? The Leshrac and Kataro gets the Silver Edge off just in time before that Overgrowth hits. I'm not sure if he was just out of range there or if he Silver Edged just in time. Either way, gets him out of trouble there. But that's about all it did for now, as they're still down 14, almost 15,000 gold here. All the core issues still remain. If you do want to get back into this game, you're going to have to find a teamfight win. It doesn't have to be now. It doesn't even have to be soon, but it has to be at some point in this game. As Sven, I think they just saw him. Did they see him? They see the creeps are dead. The dust, it does connect. He's going to hide in the trees. Just stay in the trees as Kataro You're seeing this guy, he's pretty good at Dota, right? He's pretty good at Dota, so he's going to go ahead and get himself out of that one without a problem in the world. Aegis still online for 1 minute and 48 seconds for the Drow Ranger. What are you going to be able to do with this? Do you even want to do anything with this? That's going to be the big question of the day here. As they're going to continuously hunt for now. Silver Edge online for the Drow Ranger. Eilich has a Blink Dagger now available. Very good. We'll see if he can find a way to make that happen in the team fights for them. He's going to go ahead and need to get that vacuum play in the fights when he can. And maybe it's high ground time. We'll have to see. As Qhali, he just blinks right into the Drow Ranger. Just going to hit him once and then straight to the high ground you go. As Glacier is now available. Going to give him that high ground vision. Swap into the duel here. It looks like they'll kill the Drow once, but that's a 5-man vacuum. It's going to kill all Drow. He's going to respawn quickly. Qhali still very strong in this fight. Going to get the Force-Staff back there as Rubik does die back there in the middle of the fight here. You used everything. You killed the Drow Ranger, which is definitely good, but you haven't dealt with Slatums, who's in the middle of the fight. He's going to kill the Venge. Qhali, he goes back in, but how much damage does he possibly have? They've only killed Lion so far in this fight. Slatum, he's in. He's on Qhali. Slatum, he's dying, but smiling that he will come in there. He will finish off the Sven, and that looks like we might need a buyback from a couple heroes here. As this Rubik, this will be a dieback from the Rubik. They're going to the high ground here. Things are difficult. Even if you buy back on the Sven, what can you possibly do with this? You're in a situation now where you have no God Strength, you have no BKB, and soon you may have no base. Mid lane will go down. Eilich blinks to top lane. Thunder Awaken just smelling victory here at this stage of the game. Gonna get two sides of barracks here. And it's looking like a rough affair on the side of ACAT. They put a much more respectable fight into this game. It's not completely over yet. Sven still has buyback. God Strength is coming back in 12 seconds. But I'm afraid you may not have some structures left if you don't mount a defense, and you don't mount it soon. Meanwhile, Thunder Awaken, they're smelling TI. It is with their grasp. With that buyback, they're going to disengage. Very clean, very methodical. Thunder Awaken, they are playing this game so damn well. Being able to back out in a moment like that was really good. And the voice lines will come out from Gabe in here. Well, how much gas do you have left in the tank? That was super good by Thunder Awaken to be able to get that buyback, instantly back out. Roshan can be up in 2 minutes. Do you want to wait for it? You could. Or you can just play with the fact that you no longer have buybacks available. So they're going to smoke it up. If you can kill Sven, if you can kill Rubik, these heroes have no buybacks available, and Venge just is 30 gold away. Can you get these openings? We'll have to see here. They need vision. Does Tree have an Obsword? He does. They're just going to send the illusion of Ember to go in first. Slatums, they found the Rubik that has no buyback. The duel's been used on illusion, gets instantly hexed after into the back wall of Darkseer. Slatums, he's going to clean him up here. And what can you do left? You try to go onto the Lion as Qhali, but he has an Aeon Disc. It breaks it immediately. Qhali will go down, and just like that, your hopes of TI have been shattered. I don't think there's any chance now on the side of ACAT to defend your throne against this one. And Thunder Awaken smelling TI. Just a couple tier 4s away from exposing, and there it is. Kiri with the GG. It's all over. Thunder Awaken, they're going to the International. They will be your second qualified team, and the throne will just explode via GG. Damn. Really well played by Thunder Awaken here.